Yeah, guys, that's right. Well, unfortunately, we haven't actually seen the full details of the bill because it has not yet been formally filed here at the state capitol. We did get some details today, though. Lawmakers here say that they were forced to act because of lack of action from the federal level.
This will send a message to Washington.
State House Speaker Charles McCall talking about a newly released plan to combat illegal immigration. Late Thursday afternoon, McCall and the leader of the Senate, Pro Tem Greg Treat, issued a joint statement calling for a new law to imprison those who enter the country illegally.
We think we have a solid piece of legislation that will serve the people of the state of Oklahoma.
According to the lawmakers, they will create the crime of impermissible occupation, meaning anyone who enters the United States illegally and comes to and stays in the state of Oklahoma is guilty.
Every state in the United States now is a border state.
Under the proposed law, a first offense will be a misdemeanor, punishable with up to a year in the county jail and a fine of up to $500. They will also be required to leave the state within 72 hours and prohibited from returning. If that person is caught again, the leaders are proposing a felony charge, which would mean up to 2 years in state prison and a fine up to $1,000.
We'll be able to combat this issue, I think, more effectively if the states in the region all work, towards a solution.
The legislation would also include language that would prohibit municipalities from becoming sanctuary cities. McCall says this would not impact those already in the state who are seeking legal status.
Put us in a position to continue to welcome immigration to the state of Oklahoma on a legal basis.
McCall and Treat say they do plan to file this piece of legislation sometime next week. Reporting live from the state capitol, Zach Rael, KOCO 5 News.